All right. Good morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and start our amendment class. Sir, this amendment class is applicable. First of all, when you go ahead and watch this amendment class, for everyone I am telling, have you downloaded the amendment notes? Students, have you downloaded the amendment notes? If you have not downloaded the amendment notes, you can go to rameshsoni.com. In rameshsoni.com, you will find free resources tab. Free resources ka tab will be there. In free resources tab, when you click over there, you will be redirected. You have to go to CA final November 23 / May 24 folder. In that, you will find amendment material. In the amendment material, you will find the statutory updates applicable for your November 23 exam. Now you can download this. Along with that, the amended chart also I have gone ahead and provided. Sir, if I am a CA Inter student, because these amendments are for CA final also and CA Inter also. CA final students will stay with me approximately for the 2.5 or 3 hours class which is there. CA Inter student will stay with me only for 1.5 hour till the amendments for them gets over. Basically, for them the amendments till the chapter of returns are applicable. After that amendments, we will be continuing with the CA final students. So CA Inter students, Baba, same, you have to go to rameshsoni.com, free resources. In free resources, when you click, you will be redirected. You have to go to CA Inter November 23 folder. There you will find the statutory update material also, and you will find the amended charts also. Let's go ahead and start our class. So CA final students also and CA Inter students also, this amendment is common for all the students who are there. Please come to your amendment booklet. Everyone, please come to your amendment booklet. Let's go ahead and start our amendments. Now, sir, are the amendments too many? Baba, amendments are very less. We are going to quickly cover it. It's very less. The amendments are very less this time. So don't worry at all. We will be quickly going ahead and covering all of them. Please come to your amendment booklet. Quick, everyone. Quickly come. Is everyone ready? I want a heads up from everyone. Yes, sir, we are all ready. I want that Josh in everyone that yes, sir, we are all ready. Let's go ahead. Chalo, quickly comment and tell me, yes, sir, we are all ready. Let's go. Ready? Yes, let's do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Okay. Chalo, let's go ahead. Go. Now, okay. Now, the first amendment which is there in the chapter of charge of GST. People listen to me very carefully. The first pages which you will see, the first few pages which you will see, those are basically the crux of all the amendments. Amendment has been written and the crux has been written. Which chapter the amendment is there? What is the amendment? And the crux has been written. It will help you one day before the exam so that you can quickly go ahead and revise the amendments. Okay? Now I am moving to the first amendment, charge of GST amendment. Please come to the first chart, charge of GST. Sir, provision of RCM. I hope you guys remember. Okay, this one I have gone ahead and changed a little. Just give me a minute, everyone. Just give me a minute. ठीक है. Okay, the first amendment. Listen to me very carefully. I hope you guys recall that, sir, in the chapter of charge of GST, section number 9.3 was there, which used to go ahead and talk about reverse charge mechanism. Now, reverse charge mechanism was there in respect of government services. Whenever government used to give services, so services supplied by the central government, state government, union territory, local authority to a business entity other than post, airport or port related service, immovable property related service, and transportation of goods or passenger related service. Whenever government used to go ahead and give services to a business entity other than these four services, the business entity which was located in the taxable territory had to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Which business entity whose last year turnover was more than registration limit? I hope you guys recall. Yes, sir. Now, these business entities has to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. If government used to go ahead and do renting of immovable property to any registered person had to pay the GST under RCM. I hope you guys recall that, sir, whenever central government, state government, local authority or union territory government gives services other than post, airport, immovable property and transportation related services to a business entity whose last year turnover is more than registration limit, business entity had to pay GST under RCM. And sir, whenever central government, state government, local authority or union territory government does renting of immovable property to a registered business entity, the registered business entity had to pay the GST under RCM. I hope you guys recall this point. Yes, sir, these two reverse charge mechanism we recall. This was entry number 5 and this was entry number 5A, which you had gone ahead and told. Okay. Now, listen to me very carefully. This amendment, this reverse charge ka entry has now been extended to court or tribunal also. So, instead of government, what you can write over here is, if court or tribunal, here also you can write court or tribunal. That's all. They have gone ahead and added this word in the explanation to the amendment notification. They have told there is an explanation which is there in the amendment notification which is there, which goes ahead and says provision of this notification as far as they apply to the central government, state government, means whatever amendment entries are applicable to the government, whatever reverse charge ka entries are applicable to the government, shall also apply to parliament and state legislature. This was already there. Now they have gone ahead and told they shall apply to court or tribunal also. So sir, if court or tribunal is providing justice wala services, Baba, justice wala services are neither supply of goods nor supply of service. That you forget it. Court or tribunal established under the law providing justice wala service, you forget it. Other than that, for an example, if court or tribunal is giving renting of immovable property to a registered business entity, court may, supposingly one space is there and they have gone ahead and rented that space to a registered business entity. Reliance went ahead and told we want to put one telecommunication tower. They rented it to Reliance. Now they have to go ahead and pay GST under RCM. So that's all they have gone ahead and told. So in the exam, please be careful. Wherever we have learned government related entry where reverse charge mechanism is applicable, wherever we have learned government related entry where reverse charge mechanism is applicable, even if it is written state legislature or it is written parliament or it is written court or tribunal also, in that scenario also RCM will be applicable. Is this entry 100% clear to all? Can we go ahead, everyone? Wherever in the reverse charge entry government was providing services and reverse charge was applicable, instead of government, now if state legislature or parliament is written, that also will come under RCM. Even if it is written over there that it is court or tribunal providing the same services to a business entity, then also RCM will come. So if court or tribunal is providing any services to a business entity, in that scenario also business entity has to pay GST under RCM. But remember, they are not talking about justice wala services. There are two examples which they have also gone ahead and given. See, court or tribunal, this provision has been extended to court or tribunal also in respect of taxable services supplied by them, such as renting of premises to telecommunication companies for installation of tower, renting of chambers to lawyer. In this scenario, what will happen? The lawyers or might be the telecommunication companies, they have to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Yes, everyone, quickly tell me, is this point clear to all? Done? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir, this point is clear. Let's go ahead. Please come to the next entry which is there. The second entry. The second entry now. The second entry goes ahead and talks about the registration ka chapter. Now, registration ka chapter mein, I hope you guys recall that, sir, there was a chart which was there. I will go ahead and show you through a chart. Please come to the chart. This chart which was there, section number 25. Do you guys recall section number 25? Yes, sir, we recall section number 25. Section number 25 used to go ahead and say, whenever a person becomes liable under section number 22 or 24, sir, section number 25, 1 used to go ahead and say, person is liable, he should apply for registration within 30 days. Now, whenever a person is going ahead and applying for registration within 30 days, there used to come rule number 8 and rule number 9. Rule number 8 may used to file an application. Rule number 9 may verification used to happen. Rule number 8 may there is a small amendment which has come. Sir, what is the amendment in rule number 8? Listen to me very carefully. Rule number 8 used to go ahead and say that every person who becomes liable under section number 25 has to go ahead. Baba, I hope you guys remember that whenever you become liable, you have to go ahead and file GST REG 01. In GST REG 01, you have to declare your PAN number. Yes, sir, we have to declare our PAN number. Then we have to go ahead and declare mobile number, email ID, then state or union territory. Now they have gone ahead and told, you know what people used to do? Supposingly my PAN number, you will take my PAN number, you will mention your mobile number, OTP will come in your mobile number, you will mention your email ID, OTP will come in your email ID, and people used to take registration in some other people ka name. My PAN number, if you know, you will put your mobile number, your email ID, and you used to take registration. Now government went ahead and told, if this kind of people are there, we will also have to find out some kind of solution. So government went ahead and told, sir, whenever you are going ahead and filling GST REG01 ka part A, in that, when you declare your PAN will be validated through the CBDT ka database which is there, Central Board of Direct Tax ka database which is there. Through that, they will go ahead and verify the PAN. But when you had taken your PAN number, people, when you had taken your PAN number, along with your PAN number, you had given mobile number and email address. On that mobile number and email address, they will send OTP and they will verify. So basically they are going ahead and telling, now we will not send OTP to the mobile number and email ID which you give at the time of registration. When you are filling REG01 ka part A, in that, whatever mobile number and email ID you give, will not send OTP to that mobile number and email ID. We will send OTP to that mobile number and email ID which you had gone ahead and given. At the time when you had obtained your PAN number. Sir, when I took my PAN number, it was approximately 10 years before. But then when you were filing your income tax return, you would have updated your PAN number or PAN number ka mobile number and email address. When you are filing your income tax return, updated mobile number or email address pe they will go ahead and send the OTP which is there. Don't worry about it. But PAN ke saath whichever email ID and phone number is linked, on that they will go ahead and send the OTP, and OTP based verification of mobile number and email ID will be done. So that's all they have gone ahead and told. They told now when you are filing your GST REG01, in the part A, you just have to declare your PAN. PAN will go ahead and verify through the CBT database. Plus, we'll also do verification by sending a OTP on the mobile number and email ID which you had given along with your PAN number. Now we will not ask your mobile number and email ID, and then they are telling you just put your state and union territory. So once you have gone ahead and filled your part A, in part A you declared your PAN number validated and also verified through the OTP sent to mobile number and email ID which is linked to the PAN. Okay, sir, done. And then they are telling now you don't have to declare your mobile number and PAN number. Mobile number and email ID you don't have to declare. You just have to declare your state or union territory. Once the verification is done of the part A, temporary reference number, TRN number will be generated. Now you use your TRN number and fill part B of GST REG01. Yes, sir, we remember when we fill part B of GST REG01, this was part B of GST REG01. This was part B of GST REG01. Here we had to do Aadhaar authentication. Yes, sir, we remember here we had to go ahead and do Aadhaar authentication. Are you guys able to see? Yes, sir, we are able to see. Here we had to do Aadhaar authentication. Now when you were going ahead and doing Aadhaar authentication, just a minute everyone. I'll take this so that I can show all of you. So here, when you used to go ahead and do Aadhaar authentication, and if you go ahead and say yes, and you submit your part B of GST REG01, we had gone ahead and learned over here that, sir, we have to fill part B of GST REG01. I have shown you this was the part B of GST REG01. In part B, we had to do Aadhaar authentication. Yes, sir. If I tell a yes that I want to do Aadhaar authentication, then Baba, they used to go ahead. Then applicant has opted for Aadhaar authentication. Yes, sir, I have opted for Aadhaar authentication. Then the date of submission of application used to be the day you do the Aadhaar authentication. Basically, if you say yes over here, they used to go ahead and send an email link on your email ID. That you used to go ahead and say yes, I want to do my Aadhaar authentication. Once you say yes, I want to do my Aadhaar authentication. Now, okay, here whenever you say yes, I want to do Aadhaar authentication, they used to send a link to your email ID. In that link, when you click, they used to go ahead and redirect you. There you have to go ahead and put your Aadhaar number, Aadhaar pe OTP used to come. You used to put the OTP and your Aadhaar used to get verified. Now they are going ahead and telling over here, same thing. Sir, the date of submission of application will be the date of Aadhaar authentication. Basically, when you click on the link and do your Aadhaar authentication, that day will be your date of submission of the form, not the day when you submit part B. Okay? Or 15 days from the date of submission of part B. Once 15 days gets over, if 15 days may you don't do your Aadhaar authentication, once the 15 days gets over, the next day will be deemed as the date of submission of application, and you will be given one acknowledgement and your form will be picked up for verification. Now what they are going ahead and telling is, they have gone ahead and put one proviso over here. See, they have gone ahead and inserted one proviso. Sir, what is the proviso over here? The proviso is now once you have gone ahead and submitted your application, see the proviso says provided that every application made under sub rule 4 other than a person notified under 6D, matlab those people who are not required to do Aadhaar authentication, other than those people, if any person, basically individual, authorized signatory, managing authorized partner and Karta who has gone ahead and submitted their application, they are telling, and who have opted for authentication of Aadhaar number, now they are going ahead and telling portal has been there has been a functionality which has been built in the portal. Now that portal can identify risky kind of people, that if you are a risky kind of people, then they are telling we will call you for biometric based Aadhaar authentication. That's all they have gone ahead and told. If you are identified on the common portal based on data analysis and risk parameter, that shall be followed by biometric based Aadhaar authentication. That is what I've gone ahead and written, that sir, if you have gone ahead and opted for Aadhaar authentication but you are identified by the portal, so simple, generally what will happen, if I go ahead and submit my application, I can submit my application. If I say Aadhaar authentication I want to do, then the date of Aadhaar authentication is the date of submission of application. If I don't opt for Aadhaar authentication, if I don't go ahead and complete my Aadhaar authentication in 15 days, once the 15 days gets over, that will be deemed as the date of submission of application and application will be picked up for verification. But what they are going ahead and telling, even if you have opted for Aadhaar authentication, but there are times when the portal can go ahead and identify you. Nowadays, department is also using artificial intelligence and they are going ahead and telling, if the portal identifies you as a risky kind of a person, then they are telling person has opted for Aadhaar authentication. But if you are identified by the portal based on data analysis and this parameter, then it shall be followed by what, sir? Biometric based Aadhaar authentication. It means they will call you, hey, you come to one of the facilitation center. Basically they will notify one facilitation center where you have to go and they will take your thumb impression, other fingerprints, etc. They are telling biometric based Aadhaar authentication will be done. They will take your photograph and plus verification of the original document will be done which was uploaded with the application, and that will be done at a facilitation center. And you know what, your application will be deemed to be submitted only once you have gone ahead and done this. Means you have visited the facilitation center, you have done the biometric based Aadhaar authentication, plus you have given your photograph, plus original documents have been verified at that facilitation center. Only then they are telling the application shall be deemed to be completed after the completion of this process. It means now, supposingly you have gone ahead and submitted your application online. Now, if the portal does not identify, then it is very simple. If you have opted for Aadhaar authentication, simple. The date of Aadhaar authentication is the date of submission of application. Sir, if I don't do the Aadhaar authentication, then 15 days gets over, then your application will be deemed to be submitted. Okay, sir? Verification will be done and registration will be given. But what they are telling over here, but by chance you submitted the application and the portal identified you as a risky kind of person, they have some parameters which are there. Then you have to go to the facilitation center and get your biometric based Aadhaar authentication. Your photograph will be taken and original document will be verified. Only then they are telling we will deem that your application is submitted. Otherwise, your application is not to be deemed to be submitted. Sir, only after you have done this, they are telling we will deem that your application is submitted and will pick up for verification. But as of now, this process has only been implemented in the state of Gujarat as a pilot project. Means they have not gone ahead and implemented across India. Only in the state of Gujarat they have implemented this to check viability, etc., whether we can implement it across India or not. Done, sir? This point is clear. Now, listen to me very carefully. Sir, I have gone ahead and submitted my application. Application will get forwarded. So now, once you have gone ahead and done your Aadhaar authentication, sir, I was not identified by the portal. No problem. You do your Aadhaar authentication. Yes, sir, I am required Aadhaar authentication. The date of Aadhaar authentication is the date of submission. Sir, if I don't do Aadhaar authentication, then 15 days from the submission of part B. Sir, if I have not opted only, then the day you submit the part B, that is the date of submission of application. Sir, if I am required biometric based Aadhaar authentication, the day you finish your biometric based Aadhaar authentication, that is the date of submission. Now, once your application is submitted, they are telling verification will happen. Officer will start doing the verification. Now, I hope you guys remember that when officer is going ahead and doing the verification, officer will take just 7 days, and if everything is fine, he will go ahead and give you the registration certificate. Do you guys recall? Quickly give me a heads up. Yes, sir, we recall. Okay. Now, they are going ahead and telling over here that, sir, if application is in order, applicant required Aadhaar authentication, opt for Aadhaar authentication was successful also, then within 7 days they approve and grant you the registration. I hope you guys know this already. Yes, sir, we already know this. But what they are telling over here, but supposingly Sir, what are the cases when they will come for physical verification? In this one point has been added. What are the cases that when they will come for physical verification of the place of business? Here one point has been added. Number one, sir, I required Aadhaar authentication but I failed to do. Sir, I am required Aadhaar authentication but I did not opt. ठीक है. Now they are telling we will come for physical verification of your place of business even if the portal has identified you as a risky person. They are telling, sir, if you fail to do Aadhaar authentication, you did not opt for Aadhaar authentication. One more point has been added. If a person has undergone Aadhaar authentication but still if the portal has identified him but is identified by the portal on the basis of data analysis and risk parameter for carrying out physical verification, if portal identifies you as a risky person, then also they will come for physical verification of the place of business. Sir, I have done Aadhaar authentication, proper officer identifies you, proper officer deems it fit to carry out physical verification, then also physical verification of the place of business will be done. And sir, now the time limit is within 30 days from the date of submission of application, the registration will be approved and registration certificate will be granted. Is this point clear to all? So rule number 8 mein one amendment, two amendment. Listen to me carefully. Rule number 8 mein number 1, you don't have to declare any more mobile number and email ID. PAN में whatever mobile number and email ID is linked, on that only they will go ahead and send the OTP. ठीक है sir, done. Secondly, they are going ahead and telling when you go ahead and submit your application, and you have opted for Aadhaar authentication, but still if the portal identifies you, as a person who is risky, then biometric based Aadhaar authentication will be done. Okay? And once the biometric based Aadhaar authentication is done, only then your application will be deemed to be submitted. Rule number 9 mein amendment. What is the rule number 9 mein amendment? What are the cases when physical verification of the place of business will be done? Number 1, you already knew you are required Aadhaar authentication, did not opt. You are required Aadhaar authentication, you failed Aadhaar authentication. Now, one more point has been added. If, sir, the portal has identified you for physical verification, then also they can do physical verification. If proper officer identifies you, this was already there. If the proper officer with the approval of the officer authorized, that is greater than equal to assistant commissioner, if proper officer wants, then also he can carry out the physical verification. And in this scenario, 30 days becomes the time limit for going ahead and granting you the registration. Other than this, the same thing which was written down, sir, that application is deficit, plus you are required Aadhaar authentication, you did not opt, Aadhaar authentication failed, or portal has identified you, or the proper officer has identified you. In this scenario also, GST REC 03 ka time limit which was increased to 30 days, same it is 30 days only. But here they have added this word that if portal has identified you, then also they are going ahead and telling the time limit for giving GST REC 03 will be 30 days only. Is the point 100% clear to all? Quickly tell me, rule number 8 and rule number 9 ka amendment, is it clear to all? Quick. Are we all 100% clear? Can we go ahead? Can we go ahead, everyone? Yes, sir, done. I'm waiting for students to comment and tell me, yes, sir, let's go ahead. Go. Chalo, theek hai. Now listen to me very carefully. Now, the next amendment which is there, listen. This is rule number 9 ka amendment, nothing. They have added the words over here, the one which I have just now told you. Theek hai, sir. I have given the amendment ka crux also over here for you guys to read. Chalo, please come down. TDS deductor and TCS collector related one amendment is there. This amendment is not applicable for CA inter students. CA inter students who are watching this class can ignore this amendment. Listen to me very carefully. Rule number 12 which is there, used to go ahead and say, sir, what is the amendment in this? Nothing. It's just written over here that, sir, PAN is mandatory for grant of registration, but sir, TDS deductor can take the registration on the basis of TAN also. Okay? And here, along with this, I had gone ahead and taught you rule number 12. So I have written rule number 12 over here. Rule number 12 mein one small amendment has been made. Nothing. Earlier in rule number 12, TDS deductor and TCS collector did not have the power to go ahead and cancel their registration. Now TDS deductor and TCS collector have been given the power that if they want, they can apply for cancellation of registration. That's all, nothing. Now this option has been given that cancellation of registration, if TDS deductor and TCS collector wants, on request, they can also request made by a person to whom registration has been granted. Basically, if TDS deductor or TCS collector wants, they can also go ahead and apply saying, I want to get my registration cancelled. Nothing other than that. Okay, sir, done, point clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. Please come to the exemption ka chapter now. Exemption related amendments we'll go ahead and understand. Exemption related amendment. Please come to exemption ka chart. Sir, the first amendment which is there. Listen to me very carefully. You know, entry number 6 was there. Entry number 6 in your exemption chapter. Sir, what entry number 6 used to go ahead and say? Listen, if government, central government, state government, if they are going ahead and providing services to non-business entity, non-business entity ko if government is providing services, it always used to be exempted. Other than post, airport related services, sir, transportation related services. Yes, sir, we all remember this. Post, airport, transportation related services. Entry number 6 used to go ahead and talk about it. Okay, sir. If government is going ahead and providing services to a non-business entity, it's always used to be under exempted other than post, airport or transportation related services. Okay, sir. This point is clear. Now listen to me very carefully. What they have gone ahead and told over here, that supposingly government ka one army mess is there. Army mess, military ka mess, paramilitary mess, Navy, Indian Navy ka mess is there, and they are going ahead and providing accommodation services. They are providing accommodation services to their personnels or any other person. If they are providing, this is basically government only. Army ka mess, Navy ka mess, all these are run by government only. Yes, sir. If they are providing services, accommodation service, food, etc., they are going ahead and providing to the army ka people or any other person who is not a business entity, then Baba, the clarification has come. It will also be exempted because entry number 6 goes ahead and says government ka services to a non-business entity is always exempted. Done, sir. Point is clear. But now you will go ahead and tell me, sir, what if they go ahead and provide services to a business entity? Then it is not covered under entry number 6. In that scenario, the business entity has to go ahead and pay GST under RCM provided the business entity ka turnover in the last year was more than registration limit. Remember one thing, the clarification has come over here. Accommodation services provided by Air Force ka mess, other similar mess such as Army mess, Navy mess, paramilitary, police force mess to personnel or any other person other than business entity are covered under entry number 6, provided those services are supplied by messes qualified to be considered as services supplied by central government, state government, union territory or local authority. So whenever government, entry number 6 says government providing services to a non-business entity other than post, airport or transportation related services are always exempted. The same has now been told. This entry is applied over here and they have gone ahead and told if army mess, paramilitary mess, etc. is going ahead and providing accommodation services to their personnel or any other person who are not business entity, in that scenario exemption will be there. But sir, if it is business entity, then you will have to see business entity ka last year ka turnover. If it is more than registration limit, then Baba, they will come under RCM. Done, sir. Point is clear. But here they have gone ahead and told only about the exemption. Is my point clear to all? Can we go ahead, everyone? That's all I've gone ahead and told over here. Please come to the next one. The next one goes ahead and talks about educational institution. Sir, yes, sir. You remember educational institution? When we were going ahead and learning about education related exemption, we had gone ahead and learned over there that, sir, Central Board of CBSC, all these state boards which are there, sir, the state board, the CBSC, all these were considered as educational institution when they were going ahead and conducting examination for the student and they were taking students examination fees, then they were considered as educational institution. Yes, sir. Now they have gone ahead and inserted one explanation and they have told that for the removal of doubt, it is clarified that supposingly there is National Testing Agency. Sir, what does National Testing Agency do? Arey Baba, if a student is there, he wants to enter an engineering college, basically he has to go ahead and give all those JEE, NET, all those examinations which are there. Yes, sir. Now all these examinations which are there, sir, NEET ka exam which is there, JEE ka exams which are there, are being conducted by all this National Testing Agency or authority or a board which is being set up by the government. Okay, sir. Now this National Testing Agency takes their examination. They take their exams, entrance test, we can also call it entrance test, and they pay a fees. Now, what the clarification has come is, so when they pass, they can take admission into educational institution. So whenever this national testing agency or any authority or any board which is set up by the government is going ahead and conducting entrance test against an entrance fees, government have made clarification over here that national testing agency or any authority or any board which is being set up by the government for conducting entrance test, so that the student can get admission into educational institution, this entrance test ke liye whatever fees will be taken, the GST will not be applicable, because these people are now being qualified as educational institution only for the limited purpose of taking entrance test. That is the clarification which has come. That, sir, it has been inserted in the explanation to the notification number 12/2017 that any authority board set up by the central government or state government, including national testing agency, all these people conduct JEE ka exam, NEET ka exams, they for the conduct of entrance examination for admission to educational institution shall be treated as educational institution for the limited purpose of providing services by way of conduct of entrance test for admission to an educational institution. So these people, national testing agency or any authority or board which is set up by the government, when they are going ahead and taking entrance test and charging entrance fees, that fees pay GST will not come, because these people will be considered as educational institution. Done, sir. Point is clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. I've written the summary also over here. The next one. In the previous attempt, this amendment was done wherein government had gone ahead and told that, sir, normally if any person is renting residential property on any other person, renting of residential property for the purpose of residence was exempt. But then they went in and told it will not be exempt if renting of residential property for the purpose of residence is done to a registered person. Then we had gone ahead and learned it will come under reverse charge mechanism. Yes, sir, we had already learned it will come under reverse charge mechanism. Now, they have gone ahead and clarified that, sir, if renting of residential property is done for the purpose of residence is done, by chance is it done to a registered person also. But supposingly the registered person is a proprietor. I am the proprietor of Ramesh Soni classes. Okay? Now, Ramesh Soni classes, when I went ahead and took this house on rent, this is in my personal capacity. This I have not shown as my business expense. Do I have to pay GST under RCM? You guys tell me, do I have to pay GST under RCM? It is taken in my personal capacity, for my personal use, for my personal family expense. This is my home. I am staying over here. I have not shown it as my business expense. Do I have to pay GST under RCM? Yes or no? You have to comment and tell me yes or no, everyone. I'm waiting for students to tell me yes, sir, no, sir. Arey, where are the students? Chalo, ठीक है. Now, renting of residential property for the purpose of residence to a registered person was always under RCM, but now they have gone ahead and told. If, see over here, they are telling services by way of renting of residential property for use as residence, except when the residential dwelling is rented to a registered person, because if you rent it to a registered person, reverse charge mechanism will come. But listen to me very carefully. But here they have gone ahead and inserted one explanation, and they have gone ahead and told if the residential property is rented to a registered person, but registered person has taken the renting of the residential property for personal use. He has not shown it as his business expense on his personal account, then also, Baba, it will come under exemption. They don't have to pay any GST under RCM. See over here, for the purpose of this entry shall cover the services by way of renting of residential property where the registered person is a proprietor. I am proprietor of a proprietorship concern, which is Ramesh Soni classes, and rents the residential dwelling for his personal capacity for use as his own residence. I have taken this property for use of my own residence. Such renting is on own account and not for the proprietorship concern. In that scenario also, it will enjoy the exemption. I don't have to pay GST under RCM. Remember this point, everyone. Even if I am a registered person, but if renting of residential property is taken by a registered person on own account in his personal capacity, I have not taken it for my business. I have not taken it for staying of my employees and showing it as my business expense. In that scenario also, it will come under exemption. I don't have to pay the GST under RCM. I hope this point is clear. Yes, sir. Point is clear over here. The next one over here. Listen to me very carefully. Services by way of access to road or bridges on payment of annuity. Earlier, there were two cases over here that, sir, if services by way of access to road or bridges is done, sir, services by way of access to bridges or road is done on payment of toll, that was also under exemption. If it was on annuity payments, that was also under exemption. But now they are going ahead and telling that, sir, this point has now been deleted, and they have told, sir, services by way of access to road or bridges on payment of annuity is now taxable. It is no more under exemption, it is taxable. So, sir, what is under exemption? Sir, services by way of access to road. So if you are going on the way and there is a toll booth which is there and they are collecting toll charges from you, that is only under exemption. Services by way of access to road on payment of annuity which was there is no more under exemption. It is now made taxable. Done, sir. Point is clear. Chalo. Remember one thing, on payment of annuity, entry has been omitted. It is now taxable. Now, only services by way of access to road or bridges on payment of toll charges is exempt. Now, the next one over here is RuPay card. Listen to me very carefully. Sir, what is this RuPay card? Supposingly, I am a shopkeeper over here. Okay? I am a seller. Here there is a customer who has come. Customer went ahead and told, sir, I want some goods. I went ahead and sold him some goods. He went ahead and gave me a RuPay card. Okay? RuPay card which is there. Or he used Bhim UPI. Okay? In this scenario, the government have gone ahead and told, now, when I use the RuPay card, his bank say, my bank will collect the money. My bank will collect the money, and for collecting the money, because I have gone ahead and used the card, because from his bank, my bank is collecting the money, my bank will go ahead and charge me some charges for using the card. Now, government have gone ahead and told, hey bank, when this person is taking RuPay card or Bhim UPI, please don't go ahead and charge him anything. Instead, the government went ahead and told bank told, hey government, if we don't charge anything to the shopkeepers for using RuPay card or Bhim UPI, how will we make money? So government went ahead and told, this is the government over here, that we will go ahead and pay you incentives. And government का one department is there, Ministry of Electronics, MEITY. Okay? These people went ahead and told, government का department told, we will give you incentive. You don't charge anything to a seller if he is using RuPay card or Bhim UPI. Actually, this RuPay, no, it is like Visa. We have Visa, MasterCard, etc. All these are international companies. RuPay is an Indian indigenous payment system which is there. India ka indigenous payment system it is there, and government wants to encourage RuPay. So if you are using RuPay card in a shop, that shopkeeper swipe your RuPay card, that shopkeeper ko bank will not charge any charges. Instead, the government gives incentive to the bank. So in this scenario, the banks went ahead and asked the government that on these incentives will GST come. So government went ahead and told, hey, it is very simple over here. Government ka any amount which is paid, Baba, if government has given you subsidy, is it ever consideration? So here the simple clarification came that, sir, banks are providing the services. What is the service bank is providing to the government? A bank is not collecting any money from any customer. Bank is going ahead and not collecting any money from the seller for going ahead and using the RuPay card. So basically bank is providing services to the government and government is paying incentives. And for this, the incentives which are there on that GST will not come. That is the simple clarification which has come over here that, sir, whether GST is applicable on incentive paid by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to the acquiring bank, MEITY, which is the government ka department, is paying bank ko incentive, whether GST will come under incentive scheme for promotion of RuPay debit card and low UPI Bhim transaction, basically up to 2000 rupees whenever a UPI transaction or a card transaction is done, banks don't go ahead and charge anything to the shopkeeper. Why? Because government gives incentive, and Baba, these incentives are nothing other than subsidy, which is section number 15 to E में it is told government का subsidies are never consideration. Government का subsidies are never consideration. So whenever you go ahead and receive any incentive from the government, that is never a consideration. So simple clarification has come. Incentive paid by METY to acquiring bank under the incentive scheme for promotion of RuPay debit card and low Bhim UPI transaction are in nature of subsidy and they are not taxable. And hence, whenever incentives are paid by METY, those are not taxable because subsidy given by government are never any consideration. Done, sir. Point is clear. Let's go ahead. The next one over here. Value of supply may basically this first issue which is there, no, there ICI has given it in the supply chapter, and the second issue which is there, they have given in value of supply chapter. But this is one clarification only which has come, so I've gone ahead and provided it together. Let's go ahead and quickly understand this. Is everyone with me? Quickly give me a heads up. Are we all 100% clear till here? Students, can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are all there. Let's go ahead. Chalo. Now, the next one over here is value of supply ka chapter mein. Listen to me very carefully. Supposingly, I went to one insurance company. This is one insurance company. Okay, everyone. Insurance company is there. I went to one insurance company and I told I want, okay, in the year 22-23, I had taken the insurance. And now 23-24 mein, I went to renew the insurance. In 22-23, I did not go ahead and no claim. I did not do any claims from the insurance company. And you know what? Insurance company now went ahead and told me, sir, when we are giving you the insurance cover, basically when we are selling you the insurance cover, because last year on your car you did not claim anything, you had taken the last year car insurance, but you did not claim anything. This year, when you go ahead and give us the amount, no, when you have to pay 10,000 rupees, you can take no claim bonus over here. 2,000 rupees will give you no claim bonus and you can pay us 8,000 rupees only. My question to you guys over here, when the insurance company sold me the insurance cover and they are charging me a premium of 10,000 minus 2,000, can you tell me what is the value of their supply? What is the value of their supply? The value of their supply is just 8,000 rupees. You know what one officer told? One officer told that, Ramesh, I am over here. When the insurance company gave you no claim bonus, listen what the officer is telling. Ramesh, you gave a service to the insurance company. I told, what service? They told, Ramesh, you gave a service to the insurance company last year by refraining from making a claim and hence they have given you 2,000. Huh? It means officer is telling, Ramesh, you gave a service to the insurance company of refraining from lodging a complaint and hence they have given you 2,000 rupees and this 2,000 rupees is for a consideration because you supplied the service of refraining from doing something and that is why they have gone ahead and given you 2,000 rupees no claim bonus. Here CBIC came and CBIC told, hey officer, relax. CBIC told, there is no service which is provided by the insured over there to the insurance company for which insurance company gave 2,000. No. It is not a service provided by the insured to the insurance company saying I refrain from going ahead and launching a complaint and hence you pay me 2,000 rupees. There is no service which is supplied by the insured to the insurance company. Instead, it is simple over here. The insurance company went ahead and provided one service of giving insurance cover, might be for his car or whatever, and he is going ahead and paying a premium. In that, they are telling 2,000 rupees will give you as discount, which is named as no claim bonus. It is section number 15(3) may a deductible expense, a deductible amount, and hence the value of supply will be 8,000 and insurance company will simply charge GST on 8,000 rupees. That's all. The clarification came that no claim bonus. Number one, I have not provided any service to the insurance company for which insurance company is giving me no claim bonus. No, sir, no. No claim bonus cannot be considered as consideration for any supply provided by the insured to the insurance company. I have not provided any service. It is very simple. GST is leviable on the actual premium amount paid by the policyholder to the insurer after deducting no claim bonus mentioned in the invoice. Sir, insurance company told me 10,000 rupees. They gave me no claim bonus of 2,000 rupees. They will simple 8,000 rupees is what I am paying them. They will charge me GST on 8,000 rupees, which is their value of supply. That's all. Section number 15(3) may this amount, no claim bonus, Baba, any discount by whatever name told given at the time of supply, and hence it no claim bonus is nothing other than a discount which will be deducted from the value of supply. That's all is the clarification given. Please come to the next one over here. The next one is in the chapter of tax invoice. Sir, tax invoice ka chapter mein what amendment has come? When you read the chapter of tax invoice, listen to me very carefully. This amendment is not applicable for CA inter student. Whenever any amendment is not applicable for CA inter student, I'll tell. Okay? This first amendment is not applicable for CA inter student. Listen carefully. CA final student, listen. Particulars to be stated in a tax invoice. Baba, when you remember, if you remember tax invoice, I told in tax invoice you should mention description, quantity, value, tax and such other particulars as told in rule number 46. Yes, sir. In rule number 46, 146F is there, which goes ahead and says, if you are going ahead and doing a supply to a person who is unregistered, yes, description, quantity, value, tax, such other particulars, which is told in rule number 46. Now, rule number 46F may, it used to go ahead and say, Ramesh, if you are going ahead and doing a supply to a person who is unregistered person, plus the value of supply is less than 50,000 rupees, then Baba, this person who is there, his name, his address, his state, his pin code is not required. Means even if you don't capture in your invoice, the invoice which you issue, because he is unregistered and the value of supply is less than 50,000, even if you don't capture name, address, state and pin code, then also it is okay. Not required. But if it demands, you have to capture. Otherwise, not required to be captured. Now what they have gone ahead and told, if Ramesh, you are an e-commerce operator and you are supplying taxable service to a person, if you are an e-commerce operator, or you are a supplier who is supplying through e-commerce operator. Supposingly, I am supplying through Urban Clap to a person. I am supplying through e-commerce operator, or I am a OIDR, online information database access and retrieval service provider. To any person I am giving service, even though these people are unregistered person, even though the value is less than 50,000 rupees, still I must, only for these services they have gone in and told, I must capture their name, their address, their state and pin code. NASP. Remember one thing, NASP. Okay, sir, done, point clear. That's all. They have gone in and told, Ramesh, generally, if you are going in and supplying services to an unregistered person, value of supply is less than 50,000 rupees, then you don't have to capture their name, address, state, pin code, etc. in your invoice. But now one proviso has been inserted. If you are providing taxable service, either it is provided by an e-commerce operator, or if a supplier is supplying through an e-commerce operator. So, sir, supposingly, Urban Clap is directly supplying to a customer, or might be I am a seller, he placed an order on Urban Clap directed, and I am going ahead and giving invoice directly to the customer. Either e-commerce operator is giving the invoices, or I am giving the invoice directly to the customer. Remember one thing, or if services supplied by the supplier of OIDR in services to a recipient who is unregistered, irrespective of the value, don't see the value, irrespective of the value, a tax invoice issued by the recipient shall contain the name and address of the recipient along with the pin code, name and address of the state, and the said address shall be deemed as the address on record. So, sir, listen to me very carefully. So, if there is a e-commerce operator who is supplying to, or remember, it is only for taxable services they have told, okay? If e-commerce operator is supplying services to an unregistered person, he is an unregistered person, okay? Or supplier is supplying through e-commerce to an unregistered person, or OIDR is supplying services to an unregistered person. Don't see the value, just mention the name, address, state and pin code. And you know what? This name, address, state and pin code will be deemed as the address on record. This will be deemed as the address on record. Address on record. Sir, what is the benefit of address on record? Why are they calling it address on record? Arey Baba, when you go ahead and read your place of supply ka chapter, only for CA final student, listen here. When you see your place of supply ka chapter, here you had seen, no? Sir, whenever services are provided, if you want to find out place of supply, then you need address on record, and hence they have gone ahead and told, if you are going ahead and supplying services to an unregistered person, you should mention his name, address, etc. and that address will be taken as address on record. Okay, sir, point is clear. That's all. This is all the amendment which is there, but I like this amendment. Please be careful. Okay. The next one over here, listen to me very carefully. Rule number 46A used to go ahead and say, if you are supplying taxable service plus exempt supply, if you are going ahead and supplying to an unregistered person, you can issue one document which was known as invoice cum bill of supply. Yes, sir, we remember. If you are going ahead and supplying services to an unregistered person, if you are going ahead and supplying taxable supply plus exempt supply both to an unregistered person, you can give one single document which was known as invoice cum bill of supply. Yes, sir, we remember this. Now listen to me very carefully. When you used to start reading rule number 46A, no? Rule number 46A used to start like this. Notwithstanding anything contained in rule number 46, rule number 49 and rule number 54. Sir, what is rule number 46? Rule number 46 used to say what are the detail you should capture in a tax invoice. Rule number 49 used to say what are the detail you should capture in a bill of supply. Rule number 54, sir, what are the details required और टैक्स इनवॉइस इन स्पेशल सर्कमस्टेंस लाइक बैंकिंग कंपनी आईएसडी एक्सेट्रा का केस में इन इनवॉइस व्हाट आर द डिटेल यू शुड मेंशन. सो स्पेशल सर्कमस्टेंस में स्पेशल केसेस में बेसिकली लाइक आईएसडी मल्टीप्लेक्स एक्सेट्रा का केस में टैक्स इनवॉइस इन स्पेशल केसेस यूज्ड टू बी स्पोकन बाय रूल नंबर 54. सो आईएसडी का इनवॉइस व्हाट आर द डिटेल शुड बी देयर. दोस थिंग्स वर टोल्ड बाय rule number 54. Now they used to say notwithstanding anything contained in rule number 46, rule number 49 and rule number 54. It means, you know what interpretation people took? People told, sir, you are telling when I am making tax invoice come bill of supply, whatever is told in rule number 46, whatever is told in rule number 49 or whatever is told in rule number 54, I should put in the dustbin, and tax invoice come bill of supply, I will make however I want. However I want, I can make whatever details I want to capture, I can go ahead and capture. They have gone ahead and now they have gone ahead and now inserted one proviso and they have told, hey, listen, provided that the invoice cum bill of supply may shall contain, it means you should put the particulars as told in rule number 46, that is what is told, what particulars are told for tax invoice, those particulars should be there, or rule number 54 or rule number 49. It means don't put rule number 46, rule number 49 or rule number 54 in the dustbin. When you are making a tax invoice cum bill of supply, that should contain the details as told in rule number 49 or rule number 46 or rule number 54. Total bakwas amendment. Chalo, let's go ahead. Everyone over here, the next amendment which is there is with respect to e-invoicing. Do you guys remember e-invoicing? What are the cases when e-invoicing is not required? Do you remember what are the cases when e-invoicing is not required? Yes, sir, I will make you remember. So, if I am Biji, Prime Minister, riding a GLS. Yes, sir, you had gone ahead and told Biji, Prime Minister, riding GLS. So, sir, B for banking company, G for GTA, passenger transportation services wala, multiplex, government, local authority or SEZ unit. Yes, sir, you had gone ahead and told this. Now, listen to me very carefully. Simple one doubt came. Banking company told, sir, you have told banking companies don't have to go ahead and do e-invoicing. Government, you have told banking companies don't have to do e-invoicing. Tell us one thing. Banking companies with respect to financial service don't have to do e-invoicing. Or if banking company is going ahead and selling gold, banking company is selling old assets. But with respect to all the activities of a banking company, means banking company entity as a whole is not required to do invoicing. Or government, you are trying to tell only with respect to financial service I am not required to do invoicing. If I am selling gold, gold is not financial service. Selling of gold is not financial service. Do I have to do e-invoicing there? So government clarified simple thing. When I have gone ahead and told that e-invoicing is not required for banking company, GTA, passenger transportation service wala, multiplex, sir, government, local authority or SEZ unit, it is with respect to the entity as a whole, whether they are going ahead and giving financial service or they are selling gold. Baba, the whole entity itself is exempted from the provision of e-invoicing. That's all is the clarification which has come over here. Is my point 100% clear to all? Can we move ahead? I am waiting for everyone to comment and quickly tell me, are we all clear? Can we go ahead? Quick. Yes, sir, we are all clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. Everyone over here now. The next one over here is e-way bill. E-way bill. You remember e-way bill? Section number, rule number 138 sub rule 14 used to be there. Yes, sir, rule number 138 sub rule 14 used to be there. In rule number 138 sub rule 14, they used to go ahead and say, what are the cases when e-way bill is not required? When you are transporting through non-motorized cargo, donkey, might be horses, or bullock card, etc. के through if you are transporting, e-way bill is not required. Sir, e-way bill is not required if you are going ahead and transporting exempted goods. Here, one point was there where they used to go ahead and say, if you are transporting jewelry, then you don't require e-way bill. But you know what? That jewelry, they used to go ahead and say precious metal, stones, etc. ka jewelry. Now, if you are transporting imitation jewelry, duplicate jewelry, imitation, they have gone ahead and clarified over here when they say jewelry, please exclude imitation jewelry because imitation jewelry ke liye e-way bill will be required. They have gone ahead and told simple over here, e-way bill now needs to be generated for imitation jewelry. Please be very careful in the exam. Jewelry ke liye e-way bill is not required, but imitation jewelry, that duplicate jewelry which is there, not gold plated kind of jewelries, sir, for those e-way bill will be required. Done, sir. Point is clear. Simple. They have gone ahead and clarified. Imitation jewelries, e-way bill will be required. In the input tax credit ka chapter, they have gone ahead and done one amendment. Listen to me very carefully now. I hope you guys recall that, sir, section number 16 we used to go ahead and learn in our chapter of input tax credit. In section number 16, there used to be section number 16.1, which used to go ahead and say, if you are a registered person, you can go ahead and take the input tax credit if you have gone ahead and used those goods, services, or both for your business. Yes, sir. Section number 16.2 used to go ahead and say the condition for going ahead and taking the credit. In that condition, one condition used to be there. Sir, we remember you used to go ahead and tell us that, sir, tax number 1, tax invoice should be there or other documents should be there. Yes, sir. Now, then you went ahead and told this invoice or debit note related detail should be uploaded in GSTR1 and it should come in your 2B. And 2B may also one more condition was that in 2B, the input which has come should not be restricted. It should not be restricted. Then, sir, the next one you went ahead and told you should have received the goods, services, or both. Yes, sir. Only then I can take the credit. The next point over there in the condition was tax should be paid by the supplier to the government. Here, the next point was that, sir, tax charge in respect of the supply has actually been paid to the government. Only then you can go ahead and claim the credit. But here, one point used to be there which used to say subject to provision of section number 41. Now, section number 41 used to go ahead and say that, sir, tax should be paid to the government. Tax should be paid to the government. Only then you can go ahead and take the credit. But that was subject to section number 41. And now section number 41 along with rule number 37A, I want you guys to understand. Listen carefully. Then we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and show you over here. Listen carefully. For an example, supplier went ahead and filed his GSTR1. He went ahead and showed 10 lakh rupees over here and 1.8 lakh rupees GST. It came in my GSTR 2B. GSTR 2B. Yes, sir, it came in my GSTR 2B. What will I do? The first step is whenever anything comes in your GSTR 2B and it is not showing in the restricted column, you will go ahead and take the input tax credit. For an example, this invoice is relating to the month of April. It came in your GSTR 2B and you went ahead and took the ITC. 20th May, you went ahead and took the credit. ITC availed. Okay, sir. Now listen to me very carefully. What they are going ahead and telling over here that, sir, supposingly that you supplier went ahead and filed GSTR1, it came in your GSTR 2B, and when you went ahead and filed your GSTR 3B, you went ahead and took the credit. When you filed your GSTR 3B, you took the credit. But you know what? This boy was very notorious. He did not go ahead and file his GSTR 3B. He did not go ahead and file his GSTR 3B. Now, listen to me very carefully. Supplier did not file his GSTR 3B. It means, sir, I took the credit, supplier did not pay the tax to the government, so I now have to reverse the credit. But when they have gone ahead and told, now rule number 37A has been inserted, wherein they have gone ahead and told over here that, see, supplier filed his GSTR1, it came in your GSTR 2B, and you went ahead and took the credit. When you were filing your GSTR 3B, you went ahead and took the credit. You can retain the credit, no problem. But supplier must make the payment of the GST to the government. You can wait for the supplier to make the payment. Sir, May, June, July, no problem. Wait. Once the year gets over, this year got over, till 30th of September. Even if the supplier files his GSTR 3B, then also no problem. You can still retain the credit. Basically, 1.8 lakh, which is ITC, you can still retain it. No problem. Sir, supplier did not file the GSTR 3B in the month of May, June, July. Still he has not filed, sir. No problem. You can wait for the supplier to file his GSTR 3B. Year got over. By 30th September also, even if he files the GSTR 3B, you can still retain the credit. Sir, what if he does not file the GSTR 3B by 30th September? Then they are going ahead and telling, on or before 30th November. Sir, supplier did not file the GSTR 3B. Then on or before 30th November, whichever GSTR 3B you are going ahead and filing, whichever GSTR 3B I am going ahead and filing, this credit which I had taken, I should reverse this credit. That's all. Sir, is interest required? Not required. Remember one thing, supplier filed his GSTR 1, it came in your GSTR 2B. ठीक है sir, I took the input tax credit when I was filing my GSTR 3B. ठीक है, I took the credit. But supplier did not file the GSTR 3B, did not pay the tax to the government. No problem. Wait for the supplier to go ahead and file the return. Supplier went ahead and filed the return. No problem. He has already paid the tax. But sir, if supplier does not file the return by 30th September also, this year got over, by next year 30th September also, he did not file his GSTR 3B. Still pending. Still he did not file, then no problem. What you have to do is, I have taken the credit, right? Whatever credit I have taken here, I should go ahead and reverse it on or before 30th November, whichever GSTR 3B I am filing. After 30th September, on or before 30th November, I should go ahead and reverse the credit. Sir, what if I don't go ahead and reverse the credit? What if I don't go ahead and reverse the credit by 30th November? They are telling, if supposingly you reverse the credit on, you did not go ahead and reverse, you did not go ahead and reverse over here, then they are going ahead and telling 30th, supposingly you reversed on 30th December, reverse 1.8 lakh, but you have to reverse along with interest under section number 50. They are telling you have to go ahead and reverse along with interest. Interest will be for the period after 30th November till 30th of December. Supposingly you reversed on 30th December. Sir, what if my supplier became good boy? Later he went ahead and filed his GSTR 3B. Later he filed his GSTR 3B. No problem. You can re-avail the credit. You can re-avail the credit. No problem. 1.8 lakh ka credit you can re-avail. 16(4) ka time limit. The maximum time limit to avail the credit etc. will not be applicable. Even if your supplier files the GSTR 3B after 2 years, still you can go ahead and avail the credit. I will go ahead and repeat. Is this point clear to all? Did you guys get it? Still I will go ahead and repeat. Are we all clear till here? Please tell me, are we all clear? Can I go ahead? Got it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen. What are they telling? Supplier went ahead and filed GSTR 1. Okay, supplier filed his GSTR 1, sir. It came in your GSTR 2B. Here is the supplier. Here is the recipient. Okay, sir. I am the recipient. It came in my GSTR 2B. No problem. April month ka invoice. GSTR 2B mein it has come. So when you are filing your GSTR 3B, please avail the credit. Sir, later, if supplier did not file the GSTR 3B, till when should I wait? Wait till 30th September. If supplier filed the GSTR 3B, very good. You have taken the credit, enjoy the credit. If supplier does not file the GSTR 3B by 30th September also, on or before 30th November, whichever GSTR 3B you are filing, you should reverse this credit. Reverse it. Do I have to pay any interest? No, sir. But if I don't reverse by 30th November, then I'll have to go ahead and pay interest under section number 50. And they are going ahead and telling 30th December, supposingly you went ahead and reversed, then you'll have to pay interest for this many days. Sir, what if supplier later goes ahead and files his GSTR 3B? If supplier files his GSTR 3B, whenever supplier files his GSTR 3B, you can re-avail the credit. There is no time limit which is applicable. That's all is being told by section number 41, read with rule number 37A. I have gone ahead and given the crux over here. You guys can read the crux. The one which I have gone ahead and told, the same thing has been written over here. See, where the ITC availed by registered person with respect to which supplier has furnished GSTR 1 or IFF, but corresponding GSTR 3B is not filed till 30th September, the ITC shall be reversed on or before 30th November. Basically, till 30th September, if your supplier does not file his GSTR 3B, then you have to reverse the credit on or before 30th November, whichever GSTR 3B you are filing. Non-reversal before 30th November, such amount will be payable along with interest. Supposingly you reversed after 30th November, then you'll have to pay along with interest under section number 50. Where supplier subsequently furnishes GSTR 3B. Sir, if supplier subsequently furnishes GSTR 3B, then you can go ahead and re-avail the credit in the GSTR 3B. Means whenever he filed the GSTR 3B, after that, whichever GSTR 3B you are filing, you can go ahead and re-avail the credit. That's all is being told over here. I have explained you section number 41, read with rule number 37A. The next one is Rule number 37. Sir, what does rule number 37 say? Do you guys remember we had one rule number 37, that sir, supposing one supplier went ahead and gave me an invoice on 1st of January. Supplier gave me an invoice on 1st of January. In the invoice, he went ahead and told me, sir, 10 lakh rupees ka credit and GST which was there was 1.8 lakh. Okay, sir, point is clear till here. Listen to me very carefully. Now, I have to go ahead and make the payment within 180 days. Supposingly on 30th June, 180 days gets over. If sir 180 days may I don't go ahead and make the payment, if 180 days may I don't go ahead and make the payment, then it was told in rule number 37. Yes sir, we recall that 180 days may if supplier ko you don't make the payment of the invoice, then after 30th of June, when you are filing your GST 3B, you have to reverse this 1.8 lakh and you have to reverse along with interest. And interest was always under section number 50, that is from the date of utilization till the date of reversal, you have to pay interest. Remember, interest under section number 50 says what? From the date of utilization till the date of reversal, you have to pay interest. Only if you have utilized. Okay? Done. Now, what they have gone ahead and told is, Ramesh, supposingly, earlier, you know what? These words were missing. What words were missing? That, sir, supposingly, what if I have made half payment? Means, supposingly, I have paid 5 lakh rupees and 90,000 rupees. 5.9 lakh I have already paid. Then, can you tell me, reversal will happen for the full amount only for the proportionate GST? Means, if you have made 10 lakh rupees, say 5 lakh rupees ka payment, and supposingly 90,000 rupees ka GST also you had paid. But, sir, now they are going ahead and telling simple thing that, sir, if you had made proportionate payment already, then reversal will happen only with respect to the remaining amount which is unpaid. So, unpaid amount is how much? Sir, unpaid is 5 lakh. 5 lakh rupees related, how much is the GST? Sir, 90,000 GST. So, reversal will happen only with respect to 90,000 rupees along with interest at the rate of 18% basically, but it has to be seen under section number 50, and section number 50 goes ahead and says interest will come only from the date of utilization till the date of reversal. If you did not utilize it, there is no interest. Nothing. Simple amendment has been done. Nothing amendment. Actually, these words were missing over here, wherein they had not written the word reverse. That, sir, when you are filing your GST 3B, you have to go ahead and reverse. This word reverse was missing. Secondly, they are telling, sir, if you pay half, then half amount of GST has to be reversed. That's all. That proportionate word was missing over here. Sir, earlier, if you don't go ahead and make the full payment, if you have made part payment also, full reversal had to be done because these words were missing. But actually, law ka intent was never that. Law ka intent was what? That, sir, if you have made the part payment, then reversal will happen only with respect to the remaining part which is there. I hope this point is clear. That, sir, supposingly I had made 5.9 lakh rupees ka payment to the supplier. This 5.9 lakh, it means I had gone ahead and made part payment to the supplier. Remaining part which I have not gone ahead and made, with respect to that, whatever GST is there, I have to go ahead and reverse. That's all. Are we all 100% clear? Only proportionate reversal of ITC is required in case of part payment of the value of supply plus the tax in respect of inward supply within 180 days. So, sir, whatever the invoice was there, if part payment I had done, remaining part which I have not done, with respect to that, whatever GST is there, only that you have to reverse if you have not made the payment within 180 days, and that reversal will be along with interest under section number 50, which is at the rate of 18% from the date of utilization till the date of reversal. Yes, sir, we are all clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. Now, please come to the payment of tax ka chapter. Please come to the next amendment. Are we all 100% clear? Can we move to the next amendment? Payment of tax. Yes, sir. Payment of taxes. Do you guys recall that payment of taxes, when we had gone ahead and understood in the payment of taxes chapter, I had gone ahead and told you whenever you have to deposit money in your e-cash ledger, whenever you have to deposit money in your e-cash ledger, you first have to generate GST PMT 061 challan. Yes, sir. I have to generate one GST PMT 061 challan which is there for depositing the money. Okay. Now, we have to go ahead and generate one challan. Okay, we generated one challan. Then what will you do? Once we have generated one challan, we have to go to the net banking or however. Supposingly, I use net banking and I made the payment. When you generate a challan, common portal identification number gets generated. Now, I used my net banking I used and made the payment. Once I made the payment, then SIN gets generated. Actually, SIN gets generated, and you know what? The bank goes ahead and communicates this SIN to the GST portal, and GST portal goes ahead and credits the money in your e-cash ledger. Done, sir. Point is clear that, sir, whenever I will generate one challan, I will go ahead and make the payment of the challan. SIN will get generated, challan identification number, and the bank will communicate this SIN number to the GST portal, and GST portal will go ahead and update my e-cash ledger. But you know what? Sometime whenever the bank does not communicate the SIN to the GST portal, then in that scenario, you have to go ahead, make representation to the bank that, sir, my e-cash ledger mein money has not come. Please send the SIN number to the GST portal. My e-cash ledger will get credited. Representations had to be given in GST PMT 07. Okay? Total bakwas amendment. But still listen. So representations have to be given to the bank that, sir, please send my SIN number to the GST portal, otherwise my e-cash ledger will not get credited. So whenever SIN when SIN was not communicated to the GST portal, you had to give representation to the bank. Only then your e-cash ledger used to get credited. Okay? Now they have gone ahead and told that, sir, if supposingly the bank fails to communicate the SIN number to the GST portal, what they can also go ahead and do is, how your e-cash ledger will be updated is, sir, whenever your bank fails to communicate the SIN to the GST portal, RBI prepares one e-scroll list that government has received this money in the government account. RBI prepares one e-scroll. E-scroll means basically RBI, you think that RBI prepares a list that government ka account mein this money has come. Now on the basis of the RBI ka scroll list also, the GST portal can update your e-cash ledger even if the bank has not communicated the SIN to the GST portal. What they are going ahead and telling? Simple. Backend mein how things are going to work, they are going ahead and telling simple. Whenever you generate PMT 06, you make the payment through your bank. Bank will generate one SIN number, challan identification number when you make the payment, and the money has gone to the government account, then this SIN will be sent to the GST portal and your e-cash ledger will get credited. But sometime the bank fails to communicate the SIN. In that scenario, your e-cash ledger can be updated by the GST portal on the basis of the RBI ka e-scroll list. RBI actually prepares one list of whatever payment has come to the government account. On the basis of that list also, the GST portal can go ahead and update your e-cash ledger. That's all they have gone ahead and told. Total bakwas amendment has come over here. That, sir, where the bank fails to communicate the details of the SIN to the common portal, bank did not communicate the SIN number to the common portal, then the e-cash ledger may be updated on the basis of e-scroll of the RBI. Basically, RBI prepares a list. On the basis of the RBI ka list, the e-scroll list which is there, basically the statement, on the basis of that statement, your e-cash ledger can be updated by the GST portal. They don't have to wait for the bank now to communicate the SIN number. Even if the bank fails, but still, from the e-scroll list of the RBI also, basically RBI prepares a list of what are the payments which has come to the bank government account. On the basis of the e-scroll list, your e-cash ledger can be updated. That's all. This is one analysis which I have written, nothing very important. Now listen to me very carefully. Rule number 88C has been introduced now. Rule number 88C, I want to go ahead and tell it like this. Listen to me very carefully. People over here. Sir, what is rule number 88C? You went in and filed your GSTR1. Okay? In GSTR1, you showed 1 crore rupees ka sale and 18 lakh rupees ka GST is payable. You are a supplier. It went to the recipient ka GSTR2B. 18 lakh rupees ka credit went to him. Aram se balle balle he is enjoying. Okay? You are one very bad boy or bad girl. Okay? What you went in and did, you filed your GSTR3B. In GSTR3B, you went ahead and showed, sir, 1 lakh is my sale and 1 lakh ka sale pe 18,000 is the GST. Government is telling, hey, you are very bad over here. Why did you do that? That, sir, you showed over here 18 lakh ka sale, 1 crore ka sale and 18 lakh rupees ka GST you passed on. 1 crore rupees ka sale, 18 lakh rupees ka GST you passed on. But here, you showed only 1 lakh rupees ka sale and 18,000 rupees ka GST. When you are to make the payment, you paid only 18,000. It means you are doing cheating. And you know what? In our CA final, this point is there. CA Inter ka student, might be it is little difficult for you to understand this amendment because at CA intermediate level, Demand and recovery chapter does not come. But yes, ICI has given for CA Inter and CA Final both. So please listen carefully. In CA Final, we learn this that sir, whenever GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B may any difference is there, direct recovery can be done. Direct recovery means they can seize your bank account, take the money from the bank account, magistrate ke through recovery can be done. Whatever is the differential amount, they can recover from you. They can attach your bank account, they can sell your properties and do the recovery. People went and told, sir, mistake can happen. No, why do you want to do direct recovery? At least give one intimation. And hence rule number 88C has come, wherein they have told if your GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B may, there is significant difference, means the GST council will decide how much should be the difference. Then in that scenario, they will go ahead and send you an intimation in part A of GST DRC 01B. Here it is. GRC 01B ka part A mein they will send you an intimation saying, sir, there is a difference between your GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. Why have you done such difference? Please give an explanation. So you have two options over here. When they go ahead and give you an intimation in GST DRC 01B that there is a difference in your GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. I showed in my GSTR 1 18 lakh. GSTR 3B I paid only 18,000. Ha 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 ha. Bad boy. They are going ahead and telling we will give you an intimation. After the intimation, they will give you 7 days ka time. Within 7 days, either you pay the difference. Pay the difference. To pay the difference, you can use GST DRC 03. One form is there, GST DRC 03. That form you can use and make the payment. And you have to inform them in part B of GST DRC 01B. In this part B, you have to inform that, sir, I have made the payment. Or if you don't want to pay, you can give an explanation. That, sir, sir, this is this amount which you are going ahead and telling the difference. No, sir, actually what happened? No, it should have been 18,000 here also and 18,000 here also. By mistake, I went in and returned 18 lakh rupees. So, sir, you can give an explanation. Okay, sir, I will go ahead and give an explanation. So, you have two options. Either you can go ahead. So, whenever, I'll tell you, whenever your GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B may any difference is there, they will send you an intimation. Rule number 88C says they will send you an intimation in part A of GST DRC 01B. Okay, sir, I will pay the difference. You have 7 days. Either pay the difference. Sir, if I don't pay the difference, you can pay the difference and inform them. Payment can be done using GST DRC 03 and you have to inform them using GST DRC 01B ka part B mein. That, sir, I have gone ahead and made the payment. If you don't make the payment, you can give an explanation again in part B of GST DRC 01B ka part B mein you can give an explanation. Sir, explanation is acceptable. No tension. Acceptable, then no tension. But sir, if explanation is not acceptable, then sir, they will hang you upside down and they will do the recovery over here. Recovery, CA final may we learn in section number 49, section number 79 that sir, recovery will be done through magistrate, district collector, etc. Through selling your movable property, immovable property, they will do the recovery. Done, sir. This is rule number 88C. So what is rule number 88C? Everyone listen to me very carefully. If your GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B may any difference is there, you will be intimated about the difference. Okay, sir. 7 days may either you pay the differential using part B of GST DRC 01B. Payment should be done using GST DRC 03 and you have to inform them that, sir, I have made the payment in part B of GST DRC 01B. Or you have to give an explanation. Explanation I have to give in GST DRC 01B ka part B mein. Okay, sir. If I give an explanation, explanation is acceptable, no tension. Not acceptable, then they will do recovery under section number 79. Okay, sir. We are clear with this point. You know what? Sir, why did you teach us rule number 88C? Listen, if you don't comply with rule number 88C, means you did not pay also, you did not give explanation also. Now, you know what they will do? This is rule number 88C which you have already understood. In your return chapter, they will block your GSTR 1 or invoice furnishing facility will be blocked. Sir, if I can't file GSTR 1, what will happen? Arey, people, if you can't file GSTR 1, you can't file the GSTR 3B also. If you can't file GSTR 1, next GSTR 1 also you can't file. Next GSTR 3B also you can't file. Baba, everything will get blocked. You will not be able to comply with the returns only. So that is what they are going ahead and telling over here, that sir, see, following, notwithstanding anything contained in this rule, these 2 points were already there. One new point has been inserted wherein they have told a registered person to whom an intimation has been issued on the common portal under the provision of rule number 88C, means you have been given an intimation in GST DRC 01B in respect of a tax period shall not be allowed to furnish the details of outward supply. It means you will not be allowed to furnish GSTR1 of the goods or services or both under section number 37 in form GSTR1 or using IFF. It means you will not be able to file GSTR1 also. You will not be able to do invoice furnishing facility also for a subsequent tax period unless he has either, it means you will not be able to file GSTR1 from a subsequent period. Now just imagine if your GSTR1 is blocked, everything in life gets disturbed over here. Sir, you are not able to file your returns. Next GSTR3B you can't file. If you don't file your return, your registration can be cancelled. Your e-way bill portal will be blocked. So many tensions can come. Then it says for a subsequent period, you will not be able to file GSTR1 or do invoice furnishing facility unless he has either deposited the amount specified in the intimation, unless you pay the differential. If you don't pay, then IFF or GSTR1 block, or you have not furnished a reply explaining the reason for any amount remaining unpaid as required under the provision of rule number 88C. That's all they have gone ahead and told. So, sir, if I don't go ahead and pay the differential or I don't give an explanation also, they are telling, sir, your invoice furnishing facility also will be blocked. Your GSTR1 also will be blocked. Are we all 100% clear with this point? Can we go ahead, everyone? Quickly give me a heads up. Are we all clear with this point? Rule number 88C, I have gone ahead and linked with your return ka chapter. Did you guys get it? Yes, everyone. Are we all 100% clear till here? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are all clear. Now, listen to me very carefully. This amendment, rule number 88C, what I have explained you, I have gone ahead and written over here the crux also. Now, please come to returns ka chapter. Returns ka chapter mein, this amendment which had come, when is your invoice furnishing facility or GSTR1 blocked? These two were already there. One third point over here has been added, that sir, if you don't pay the differential or don't give an explanation, then also GSTR1 or invoice furnishing facility for the next period will be blocked. Remember one thing, this is the amendment over here. Okay, sir. Now, one more small point over here in the chapter of returns. Returns ka chapter mein, listen to me very carefully. You remember annual return over here? Yes, sir, we remember annual return. Annual return ka late fee which was there, they have gone ahead and reduced the late fee. They have gone ahead and reduced the late fee over here. They have gone ahead and told the maximum late fee payable under section number 47 for the delayed filing of annual return rationalized. Means delayed filing of annual return, whatever the late fee was there, they have gone ahead and reduced it. See, earlier the late fee for delayed filing of annual return was 100 rupees per day up to a maximum of 0.25% of the turnover in state or union territory. Now they have gone ahead and told slab rate type. Sir, so if supposingly I am talking about the year 21-22, if this year, relevant year, annual return due date is 31st of December 22, correct? This year related annual return ka due date is this. They are going ahead and telling, if in the relevant year, this year, your aggregate turnover is up to 5 crore, rupees 25 per day, maximum is 0.02%. So, sir, if my turnover is up to 5 crore, then they are going ahead and telling under CGST, under SGST, for every every day of delay in filing of your annual return, they are telling you have to go ahead and pay 25 rupees per day. So 25 rupees per day under the CGST Act, 25 rupees per day under the SGST Act, and this can be maximum 0.02% of the turnover, 0.02%. In the chart book, for your CA final ka chart book mein, I had gone ahead and mentioned 0.2%. You have to make it 0.02%. Okay, everyone? 0.02% of the turnover in state or union territory. Okay, sir? Same thing. Now they have gone ahead and told if your turnover is more than 5 crore, up to 20 crore, then the same amount will become 50 rupees per day. 50 rupees per day under CGST and 50 rupees per day under SGST, subject to a maximum of 0.02%, subject to a maximum of 0.02% of the turnover in state or union territory. See, or, but if your turnover is more than 20 crore, sir, if my turnover is more than 20 crore, then what will happen? They have gone ahead and told simple over here. If your turnover in the relevant year was more than 20 crore, then it will be 100 rupees per day under CGST, 100 rupees per day under SGST, and here there is no deduction, the same as earlier. 0.25% of the turnover, 0.25% of the turnover in state or union territory. That's all they have gone ahead and told relating to the annual return called late fee, which is there. Late fee has been reduced now. Earlier it was for all the cases, this was the late fee, but now for people with turnover up to 5 crore and greater than 5 crore up to 20 crore, the late fee has been reduced over here. Are we all 100% clear till here? Yes, everyone, quickly tell me, are we all 100% clear till here? Yes, sir, we are all clear. Baba, here we are done with all the amendments till the chapter of returns. Till the chapter of returns, all the amendments are done. Students who are CA intermediate ka students, CA intermediate ka students ka amendments are done. You guys can go now. Done, sir. Bye bye, CA intermediate students. ठीक है.